everybody. Welcome to Live Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I'm Nina. And today we're talking about chiffon cake, a modern-day sweet treat, and this is part two.
Part two. Okay, so let me ask you, what is your favorite kind of cake?
Yeah, my favorite kind, I have a couple different ones, but I really like tiramisu.
Oh.
Yeah, Italian-style cake with some coffee and cream and biscuits.
I recently got a really good tiramisu at a supermarket.
Oh, really?
In Taiwan. I wasn't expecting it to be good.
Yeah.
And it is so good. I'll tell you about it later.
You know, in Taiwan, there's actually a store called Tiramisu, and they sell really good tiramisu cake.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make. Usually in Taiwan, especially when I first got to Taiwan, I did not like the cake here.
Really?
Like if you go to a normal, like traditional bakery in Taiwan, the cakes that they sell are just kind of, they're just too light and just kind of boring.
Oh, you like the heavy, buttery, dense,
yeah, I
creamy.
couldn't find that kind of cake until, but I think it's becoming more and more common.
Yeah.
To find better cakes. But I would say my favorite cake, I think it's a kind of chiffon cake.
What is that?
Molten lava cake.
Oh, it is kind of similar. It's nice and airy,
Yes,
fluffy.
I think the outside cake is airy.
But it's also quite like buttery, and it has like the melted chocolate.
That's the key, right? Is when you like cut into it, the chocolate just oozes out like a volcano, right?
Yes.
Chocolate.
Okay, stop. I'm getting so hungry right now.
Oh my gosh, I really want to go eat cake now. Okay, why don't we get into today's lesson? Hurry up and finish it so we can go eat cake.
There you go.
Okay.
Today, chiffon cake is one of the most popular cakes in bakeries all over the world. It's the perfect balance between butter cake and sponge cake. Unlike butter cake, it is light and delicate, and unlike sponge cake, it contains fat in the form of vegetable oil, which makes it moist and rich. Angel food cake is a similar soft, light cake, but it doesn't have any fat at all, so many people find it too dry.
All right, so now it's part two of chiffon cake, a modern-day sweet treat.
Yes, and in part one, we learned about Harry Baker and how he invented the recipe for it, right?
Yes.
After over 400 tries.
Yes.
And initially, he kept it quite private. You know, he kept it exclusive until he sold it, and now it's known to the public.
Yeah, now it just spread all over the world.
Indeed, yeah.
All right, so that brings us to today. Today, chiffon cake is one of the most popular cakes in bakeries all over the world. Yeah, and especially even more and more recently, I'm seeing chiffon cake in
bakeries in Taiwan?
Yeah, in Taiwan. You know, it's becoming even more and more popular right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the perfect balance between butter cake and sponge cake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm getting all hungry just thinking about this.
Because I really love like butter cakes and I really want it to be dense. But I admit that a chiffon cake, especially when it's done right, the airiness of it is really nice, but it still has kind of like the buttery flavor. It's a nice like
combination.
Meets right in the middle.
Okay.
Perfect balance.
So continuing, unlike butter cake, it is light and delicate. And unlike sponge cake, it contains fat in the form of vegetable oil, which makes it moist and rich. Okay, so it uses vegetable oil.
That's the problem that I have with angel food cake, right? Like it's just airy, but there's just nothing to it.
Yeah, it's too fluffy. You feel like it's not. There's no density.
This is like air, you know, you just eat some and you end up just eating like frosting or something. You don't taste the cake.
Yeah, and so this one is like delicate. So delicate is an adjective. It means needing careful treatment, especially because easily damaged. So in this case, like you can also say someone is delicate.
Oh, that's true. If you have a delicate personality, maybe it's easier for you to like
soft and gentle.
Or you're easily hurt, right?
Like if I poke you, you're gonna
ow,
yeah,
very delicate.
Shane's very delicate. For example, the watch has hundreds of tiny, delicate parts inside.
That's speaking of watches, my watch, because it's a kind of wind-up watch or whatever, and then today I realized it's broke because there are a bunch of mechanical pieces in here, and it's delicate, and I dropped it. Now it's broken.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Okay, moving on to the next vocabulary word, moist. Right? So if we're talking about a cake, it has to be moist.
Yeah.
This is an adjective, just meaning that it's wet or slightly wet.
Yeah.
When we're talking about food, we mean that it's either juicy, but basically what we really mean is it's not dry. It's easy for food to get dried out, especially if it's overcooked or it doesn't have enough fat in it.
Yeah.
So for example, the chicken wings are moist and delicious.
Nice. Yeah, I hate dry chicken.
I hate chicken. Because I'm a vegetarian.
Well, yeah, well, I hate dry chicken.
The vegetarian chicken wings are moist and delicious. Could I change it to that?
Sure, sure. I don't know what vegetarian chicken wings taste like.
It tastes like chicken.
Actually?
Everything tastes like chicken, right?
Okay.
If you try something weird, what's that meat taste like? Like chicken. Right, so we're talking about cake, not meat or chicken.
Okay.
Angel food cake is a similar soft, light cake, but it doesn't have any fat at all. So many people find it too dry. For example, I find it too dry.
Yeah, you definitely need some moisture in the cake so it's tastier, right?
You need it to have fat in there, right? If you're eating a dessert in general, if you're eating a dessert, I feel like it should be fattening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's usually
Lots
the case.
Lots
the
of fat
fattier it is, the tastier it is.
Exactly.
All right, so we'll learn more about the chiffon cake after the break.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。戚风蛋糕是很受欢迎的蛋糕，它是奶油蛋糕和海绵蛋糕之间的完美平衡。那么它跟奶油蛋糕不同的是，它清淡可口；而它跟海绵蛋糕不同的是，它是含有植物油形式的脂肪，所以湿润又浓郁。那么天使蛋糕呢，则是一种类似的蛋糕，柔软而清淡，但它一点脂肪也没有，所以很多人就觉得它太干了。好，我们来看单字 delicate。它是形容词，形容清淡可口的，或是鲜美的，也可以形容精密的，或是纤细的。那么 moist， 它是形容湿润的、潮湿的。我们在后面加上 ure 会变成名词 moisture， 那就可以表达水分或是湿气。老师们刚刚在描述蛋糕的时候，有用到一些单字，我们学一下，像 dense。D-E-N-S-E， 它可以形容是浓密的、浓厚的，或是形容密度大的。那我们去 e 加上 ity 变成名词 density， 就可以表达浓度或密度。还有提到 fluffy，F-L-U-F-F-Y， 那这个字可以形容是柔软的、蓬松的。还有提到 fatty，F-A-T-T-Y， 它可以形容富含脂肪的。好，那相关词性 fattening 则可以形容是容易使人发胖的哦。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，那我们来看这个重点是 find 加受词加上 to be 再加形容词或名词，可以表达觉得某人或某事物怎么样怎么样。那么动词 find 在这边是指认为或是觉得，我们就来造两个例句。I found the book inspiring. 我觉得这本书很激励人心。这边我们就是用形容词 inspiring 来当补语用。We found him to be a good leader， 或是 We found him a good leader。我们认为他是个好的领导者。那我们这边就是用名词来当补语，解法课文中。
Bakers often flavor chiffon cake with fruits like lemon, orange, or grapefruit, but that's not the only way it's served. Because it doesn't fall apart easily, it's possible to fill it with all kinds of tasty ingredients. There are chocolate chiffon cakes filled with warm chocolate sauce and chiffon cake rolls with a layer of ice cream inside. In Japan, chiffon cupcakes filled with cream are popular, and some bakeries sell them exclusively. Chiffon cake may be relatively new, but it's already found its place in the hearts of dessert lovers all over the world. The next time you're at a bakery, pick up a slice and get ready for a sweet experience you won't soon forget.
Okay, so before the break, basically we're talking about cake being either moist or dry.
Yeah,
right?
so basically how chiffon cake is like the perfect balance between an angel cake and a butter cake.
Right, it's airy, but it also has fats and there's a bit of density to it.
Moisture.
Moisture. Okay, let's continue learning more about chiffon cake.
Yes. Bakers often flavor chiffon cake with fruits like lemon, orange, or grapefruit, but that's not the only way it's served. Oh, I noticed how they add some more, citrusy fruits,
Yeah,
right?
that's interesting, right?
Maybe to balance it out with the buttery heaviness.
Oh, maybe that. Yeah, because when things do have citrus to them, they kind of brighten up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Interesting, but I think that's what I don't really typically like about chiffon cakes.
Oh, really? The
like
lemony
like the
flavor?
traditional chiffon cakes. I guess I just really love like just chocolate.
Oh,
or
yeah.
like something. I don't know. So flavor is a verb. To flavor something means to add something to food or drink to give it more taste or to give it a particular taste. So for example, I flavored the cookies with peanut butter. So you want to make some cookies, but you want it to have some kind of flavor to it, so you flavor it with peanut butter and you have peanut butter cookies.
That sounds really nice right now.
Peanut butter cookies are good too.
Yes.
Because peanut butter is fatty.
Usually the fancier it is, it does taste better.
Right? So continuing, because it doesn't fall apart easily, it's possible to fill it with all kinds of tasty ingredients.
Okay, so it's airy, fluffy, but it's also buttery and moist. It's basically the texture itself holds it together, right?
Yeah, that's what I think I really do like about chiffon cakes is you can be quite creative with how you fill them. And I really like the tasty fillings that they put in them.
Yeah, so tasty is an adjective, and tasty food has a strong and very pleasant flavor. So tasty just means it tastes good.
Basically speaking, right?
It's yummy.
Yes. It's yummy, okay?
So example, the soup is pretty tasty. What's in it?
Right, so you can say the soup is pretty yummy.
Yeah.
The soup is pretty delicious, right? Just means when something tastes good.
Exactly.
Okay. We also have another vocabulary word, ingredient. So ingredient is one of the things from which something is made, especially one of the foods that are used together to make a particular dish.
Yeah, so for example, earlier we mentioned how a recipe also includes ingredients, right? You need to know what you need to make the thing.
So if you're making a cake, you need eggs, flour, sugar, water, butter, right? Okay, so example sentence, to make this pie, you need only a few ingredients.
Okay.
And typically I think when something tastes really, really good, I think that the fewer ingredients, the better.
Really?
Like if you're gonna get ice cream, for example, right? I think if you buy something at a store or something like that, like in a supermarket, if you look at the ingredient list and there's a lot of ingredients, then usually I think that's gonna have like a lot of chemicals and weird kind of stuff.
Well, those are not natural ingredients, right? So
Right,
I
but
guess,
they are ingredients.
yeah, I guess so. If it's packaged, usually half of the ingredients are not healthy, right?
Or even more, right?
Yeah. All right, continuing. There are chocolate chiffon cakes filled with warm chocolate sauce
Lava cake.
and chiffon cake rolls with a layer of ice cream inside. Yeah, so that chocolate inside is like lava cake,
Right,
right?
I think that just is a lava cake. So I guess
Yeah.
lava cake really is a type of chiffon cake.
There you go.
Oh wait, chiffon cakes with a layer of ice cream inside? Have you tried that?
I don't know, but it sounds like it would taste really good. I mean, ice cream with cake in general tastes good. And there are even
Yeah.
ice cream cakes.
That's
so
true.
it's gonna taste good. You know it
has
is.
to. Okay, in Japan, chiffon cupcakes filled with cream are popular, and some bakeries sell them exclusively.
Ooh, so you have not just a regular cupcake, but a chiffon cupcake.
Right. Oh my
And
goodness.
cream inside. Ooh.
And here you use the word exclusively again here. In
Yes.
this sense, it just means that's the only thing they sell. So if you go to a place that sells chiffon cake exclusively, that means if you go in there, that's the only type of cake that they would have, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so chiffon cake may be relatively new, but it's already found its place in the hearts of dessert lovers all over the world.
Including me.
So it's that good that even though it's quite new, it spread over the world so quickly.
Are you a dessert lover in general?
Yes, I am.
You like sweets more than salty things, or?
I mean, I like a good balance of both, but I definitely love cake, so.
Okay, yeah, me too. All right, continuing. The next time you're at a bakery, pick up a slice and get ready for a sweet experience you won't soon forget.
Right.
Ooh.
Sounds like we need
I'm
some.
gonna try that chiffon cake with ice cream. That's the next one I want to
Yes.
try. So what do you think? So what do you like about chiffon cake? If you've never tried it, would you like to? Explain your answer.
Ooh, yes, I've tried it, and
Yeah.
what I like about chiffon cake is how light it is, yet it's so moist. Just like you mentioned, the lava cake, right? It's so moist. It has, it's airy, but also
Rich,
Yeah,
right?
very rich. I love that.
Yeah, I think same thing here. It's like I like the balance that it has, and for me, cake is all about just. I don't want something healthy or something that I want to kind of get filled up because
Yeah.
in English we have a saying that there's always room for dessert,
Absolutely.
right? So it doesn't matter if it's fatty and filling. That's what I'm expecting from my dessert.
All right, so it sounds like we're coming to an end so that we can go get some chiffon cake.
I am so inspired by this lesson. Like this is one of the only lessons where like afterwards I'm really literally going to run out and go and get what we talked about.
All right, how about you go get me one too?
Okay, deal. Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye. See you.
好，课文写到，烘焙师傅常常用柠檬啊、柳丁或是葡萄柚等等水果来调味戚风蛋糕。这边一个单字 flavor， 它原本可以当名词表示口味、味道，在这边当动词表示给什么调味。那么文中的 grapefruit 就是指葡萄柚。我们也顺便补充一个字叫 citrus。citrus 可以用来表达柑橘类水果。那么 Nina 老师是用到 citrus 后面加上一个 y 变成 citrusy， 那就可以描述是柑橘酸味的，就变成一个形容词喽。好，那么课文接着写到说，由于戚风蛋糕不容易散开，所以可以填用各种美味的食材，像是夹着热巧克力酱的巧克力戚风蛋糕，或是这种里面有一层冰淇淋的戚风蛋糕卷。那么在日本呢，还有一些烘焙坊专门在卖奶油夹心的戚风杯子蛋糕。好，我们来看单字 tasty， 它是形容味道鲜美的或是可口的。那么 ingredient 它是表达食材成分，也可以表达要素构成要素。我们刚刚说专门在卖什么什么，文中是用到 exclusively 这个副词去表达专有地或是专门地。那它的形容词就是去掉 ly 变成 exclusive， 它可以描述独有的、专用的。好，那么另外 Shane 老师有提到 lava cake 就是熔岩巧克力蛋糕咯。课文最后就建议我们说，下一次呢，在烘焙坊的时候买一块戚风蛋糕，准备好享受一次难以忘怀的甜蜜体验吧。好，这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是 fill A with B， 表示将 A 装满 B， 用 B 把 A 装满填满。那么被动用法是 A be filled with B， 其中的动词 fill 在这边就是有使填满、装满的意思哦。我们就先来看看主动用法的例句 ：He filled the bottle with water， 他把瓶子装满水。再来看被动用法的例句 ：The basket is filled with fresh fruit， 篮子里面有满满的新鲜水果。好，第二个重点是 the next time 主词加动词，这是表达下次点点点的时候。那么 the next time 在这边是具有连接词的功能，用来引导时间副词子句。像 Give me a call the next time you're in Taipei， 下次你来台北的时候打电话给我哦，我不一定会接。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Today, chiffon cake is one of the most popular cakes in bakeries all over the world. It's the perfect balance between butter cake and sponge cake. Unlike butter cake, it is light and delicate, and unlike sponge cake, it contains fat in the form of vegetable oil, which makes it moist and rich. Angel food cake is a similar soft, light cake, but it doesn't have any fat at all, so many people find it too dry. Bakers often flavor chiffon cake with fruits like lemon, orange, or grapefruit, but that's not the only way it's served. Because it doesn't fall apart easily, it's possible to fill it with all kinds of tasty ingredients. There are chocolate chiffon cakes filled with warm chocolate sauce and chiffon cake rolls with a layer of ice cream inside. In Japan, chiffon cupcakes filled with cream are popular, and some bakeries sell them exclusively. Chiffon cake may be relatively new, but it's already found its place in the hearts of dessert lovers all over the world. The next time you're at a bakery, pick up a slice and get ready for a sweet experience you won't soon forget.
Hello, I'm Matt.
And I'm Toi.
We're going to play Word Drop. We have 3 cards that we have not looked at yet, and on these cards are vocabulary words or phrases that we need to fit into a conversation as smoothly as we can. So, Toi, do you want to start off our conversation?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love to. Okay, so I love cooking. Usually at home, I cook about 3-4 times a week, cook dinner. And one of my favorite things to cook is like chicken pasta. So like a chicken pesto pasta or chicken and macaroni, chicken and veggies. Like I love cooking chicken. But one of the hardest things about cooking chicken is when you cook it, sometimes it gets really, really dry. And for me, that's the worst thing about chicken. Like you really don't want it to be dry. You want your chicken to be moist.
Oh, okay. Well, it's interesting. Yeah, you brought up cooking because also my mother is a very good cook, and there's a lot of dishes that I miss from home that my mom makes often, and sometimes I've tried to make some of the dishes she makes here, but it's often pretty difficult to find some of the ingredients.
Yeah, I mean, I really do agree with that because the types of foods that you find at the grocery store are not the same that you would have back home. Some of the things I really miss having back home would be like fried plantains or certain cookies or chocolates. Like we do have like a lot of chocolate that I think are really tasty, but some of the brands are not the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think another kind of food which I like to eat often here in Taiwan is actually Thai food. And I like to cook Thai food as well because I really like the curries and stuff. And so when I'm making a nice Thai curry at home, I like to flavor the curry with coconut milk.
Oh, coconut milk sounds amazing. When I cook, I don't use coconut milk very often, but I really should give that a try. But the flavor of coconut milk in the curries, even like the Balinese curries, are really like a very delicate flavor. I really think it's one of the best flavors that you can have.
Yeah, I love curries as well. And I was in Thailand recently, and I was pretty busy, so I feel like I didn't enjoy enough of the food. Like I should have just eaten so many meals instead of, not eating all the time. I was doing other things, and I'm just really sure that the next time I go, I'm going to eat so much food.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like eating food is one of my favorite things, and cooking.
Yeah.